welcome back to TimberBorn. And I've just realised I had the game sound turned off, so let's put that back on. That is a thing sometimes in my videos. So we are at the start of a 19-day drought, which is kind of long, I guess, but we should be okay. We still have the problem that we have a wood problem. I know. Last time we planted a whole load of oak trees to try and help with that. That's what this dude is doing. You can see he is planting little oak trees. But I say little up there, however tall these beavers are. And these beavers are pretty big, I think. So he's like sticking in sort of 6 foot tall oak trees, I think. So he's a hefty lad. He's a hefty lad. We also started putting in some wind turbines over here so that we could keep the industry over here powered when we didn't have water or bad water flowing. And I need to put some paths in, because without paths they can't get to their new houses, and we need more beavers over here. So we're also working on building our first centrifuge so we can get some extract. That's the word. Right, the other job that we started was putting in our first reservoir, which is what this is. And we put in a bunch of large water pumps as well, because we had an issue last time that we could not pump enough water during the drought. So that's why we're fixing that. And might as well, while we're here, prioritize those so we get a nice line, or at least if we don't get the actually it probably makes sense to prioritize this side things. So this was a token stream gauge so that we could test how contaminated the water was. So, yep, we are pumping water out over here because water is life for our beavers, and we are at the start of a very long drought. So what are we going to tackle today? Over here, dominantly, a shortage of beavers to do what we need to do. While they're working on this, we don't have any spare beds either. So that means we need to build some more housing over here. So let's throw in another triple lodge. That will get us, we've got 17 kits. These hold 9. So that will just about get us there, but only just about. So that's okay. I'm going to prioritize building that because we do need to grow the population. And then we need to be looking to continuing to improve our situation. And one of the ways that we can do that is to get to, well, I say get to this island. That means building a whole load more contamination barriers, which at the moment, all of our metal is going in doing that over here when we can. So maybe we won't do that. Let's kick the game speed up so we get some stuff done. So I am very aware, and I keep talking about the fact that this is all the metal we have left, and scrap metal, you know, there's a few hundred in there, so it might last a while, but I'm definitely nervous about how long it's going to last. So I think and I'm going to say sensible with kind of quotation marks, the option we will take, there we go, let's not call it sensible, is we don't really need to put that in. Is it deprioritize? We will maximum deprioritize that. If they ever get to building it, then yeah. It's been a quiet week in beaver land, so I am very far ahead on recording. That's probably going to change next week as things get kind of busy. they're busier, I guess. So probably your viewing and my recording will start to synchronize, I expect. We need to build around this. I know why we were. It's a process. It's a process. So the reason that we are building the centrifuge, so we can get extract, we need extract to get dirt. Once we get dirt, we can terraform. And once we can terraform, we can do things like secure that mine without needing to use ridiculous amounts of wood. Equally, we could then put this in without needing to use ridiculous amounts of wood. So I am going to maximum deprioritize that. I'm not going to delete it just yet, but we will maximum deprioritize that. The reason I guess that they are not working on stuff over here is that this hasn't been built yet. So that's to bridge over our contamination barriers and get into this area. So that will help with that. Yeah, so these guys are just kind of busy building, really. We are busy builders. Over here, we are laying in explosives. Let's prioritize that one as well. And, yeah, once we detonate this, we will lose the ability to get in there to get to that. So we'll do that. We'll knock this down a layer as well. That will give us an inconsequential but some amount of additional water storage. So I'll do that. And yeah, eventually we will need to get down to this layer. So what feels sensible to me is we max prioritize in the corner here and we just blast those down as far as we can, which is I think down to here anyway. No, we can go one more level down there, so we'll do the same. We'll go down as far as we can. We'll put a staircase, a ladder case in, and then we'll have access however much we get blasted. Seems like an idea to me. This can all be detonated. There we go, look at that. Kind of long term, we'll tidy up some of these bits and some of the other bits and pieces, you know, things like around here. But for now, the priority is getting some amount of deeper water storage so that in these long droughts, we are not completely parched earth. Yeah, that's what that's for. And they're all dried out, so pause, and they're empty, so you can go again, because we had issues in the bad tide with stupid beavers going down here when they didn't need to. So actually, really interesting mod idea. I know Battery Smooth, who makes the flywheels that we're using over here, he made a clutch for power. What would be interesting would be like a gate, so you could close off a part of path without having to delete stuff, because I find deleting path isn't enough quite often. So yeah, that would be fun. Once the night hits, we will, there we go, we can detonate that, and yeah, we'll just keep making this slowly bigger, and then we will make it deeper. And basically I want to go as deep as we can go so that we've got some amount of water storage. The other thing we did previously, and I'm not too worried about getting to that, the other thing we did was put in this little channel and floodgate so that when we have a bad tide, we can clear out the any kind of contamination that sits here. Having this gate should help with that. It would be nice if we could do the same thing here, but I can't really think of a way because we really want the contamination barriers there. So yeah, we're kind of stuck with that unless we put some bad water pumps in. Yep. Right. It almost feels like I just need to wait for time to progress at the moment, to me. and get some of these projects done. So I might do that because otherwise I am literally just rambling about possible ideas. So yeah, we'll get the rest of this built and then we can get this planted with trees. Once we get these trees coming up, which are about 50, so by about the end of the drought, our wood situation should be much better. So that would be good. It would be nice to have more wood. We do have the ability to pump water if we need to out of here. So if I get worried about getting a bit low, we can pump some more water. So that's kind of cool. Prioritize that. So yeah, I'll be back probably towards the end of the drought. I'm actually back slightly earlier than planned because I have another cunning plan. This district is kind of short food. And over here, we just have this big area of land that's basically doing nothing. So what we're going to do is I'm putting it on stilts because I don't know why. It just feels like the right thing to do so that, you know, the farmhouse doesn't get flooded when the water comes back, I guess. Don't know. We're going to high prioritize building this because we can get a cycle of crops built. I know it's not the most efficient path, but otherwise we'd have to come up and over the contamination barrier, although that might be more efficient. But you know, we could maybe just we could just come. No, we can't just come. We could come down there. We could do that. That. And that. And we wouldn't need this all the way over here. So delete that, and delete some of this path. And some of this path. We will get them to come pick up those. Yeah, and then we've got this nice big green area here that we can plant some plants in. And with 12 days to go still, I'm moderately confident that we could at least get a few crops of carrots off of that, and that wouldn't be a bad thing. You know, our food over here is not amazing, so a few crops of carrots would be pretty good, actually. So, and I thought that was worth sharing with you guys that I'd decided to do that. So we came back and we can keep going down. We can actually go deeper than I thought here, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to detonate this because we need to be able to get over to all of this. So we will let them keep doing that. We need to put a bit of path there. And we probably need to prioritize them building those. And then we've got 11 days. So plant crops. How big an area does this? This covers basically all of the green out to here. Now, what I'm going to do is just delimit this area with, if I can move the darn map. Oh, geez. Come on, use your brain. Why are you not connected? Because we have yet to build this, which they will get to. So if I click again right across there, so path, and that should be the limit. So yeah, everything and that. Yeah, so everything green in there we can grow crops on. So plant crops. Carrots are 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, so we can get a crop of potatoes in. We will plant the crops that take the longest to grow closest. which would have been wheat, but we're not going to get wheat grown in time. 5 days, yep, we can do some sunflowers. And I'm not going to be particularly careful about how we place them. If they can't plant them, then it doesn't matter, because as soon as these crops are in, we will be setting them to unplant so that they just plant, harvest and done. But that is a lot of crop. To support a lot of crops, we probably need more storage. So we can unpause the game so we keep making progress. And I think we will build more storage. And up here would be okay for some big warehouses. 1, 2, 3. So let's get these set up, and we want them to be carrots, and we'll set them all to supply. So carrots, potatoes, and I don't think the sunflowers are going to last that long with how many we've planted, but we'll do it anyway. And, there we go. They are getting crops planted. We've got 10 days, so we should get everything grown. Some stuff might die as these pockets of water dry out. I mean, that's probably going to dry out fairly soon, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. It's just a bit of beaver power to get these planted. So yeah, you can see this is drying out already, but whatever we get planted and harvested is bonus food in my view. So yeah, I'll let time carry on, and I'll see you in a bit. Quick update: a whole bunch of the crops did die. I think if I'd got them in quicker, we'd have been okay, but this was pretty much evaporated before I thought of this idea. I also noticed that I planted a lot more sunflowers than I intended to, but hey, the stuff that has grown enough to be harvested is being harvested. So we've got something off of it, which is kind of cool. It's going to give our food a bit of a boost. And when I remember next drought, I'll do this as well. So yeah, we are making progress in our reservoir. You can see the little mound of shame where I was a bit over enthusiastic with my dynamiting. Okay, these warehouses are almost built. They are sucking up a lot of planks. In fact, all of the planks that we can make. So in fact, the other thing, we ran out of bad water, which was seriously hampering our ability to produce explosives. So I might need to deal with that at some point. What was the other thing that I was going to say? These crops dried out, so I've put in some path, and I'm thinking of deepening this so that we can keep this hydrated for longer while we can get there. Don't put a staircase there yet. Egypt, put a path there. So yeah, lots more explodering to do. I might need, I don't know if I'll need, I suppose the easier way to do rather than put a whole path around. Now I want to select the stairs. Now I want the pathways. We'll do that. We've not really got the resources to do that, but you know, and we'll explode all of that as well, and that would make this a bit deeper. It can hold a bit more water. These guys are storming through harvesting, probably. More than probably, definitely. If I'm going to attempt this at a bigger scale, it would probably make sense to put a second farmhouse in here at some point. I think if we get another drought, we'll give this another go. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is they occasionally did a little bit of farming over here. Yeah. Hopefully these guys can get all these crops harvested in the next couple of days. That would be awesome. And yeah. So I'm waiting on staircases there. We could actually went a lot deeper than I thought we could. So I'm kind of wondering if it would make sense just to chuck a staircase there for now as well. and we could then carry on with the explodering. Pretty close to finishing off this last big warehouse. This is going to give us huge amounts of kind of bulk food storage, which will be very useful. So, and we've managed to take this down a layer in the drought, which is cool. Over here, they're progressing with getting this stuff done. That's cool. I'm trying to prioritize getting this stuff set up so that we can control the water in here. Because that would be kind of nice. They did start trying to build more of this, so I had to stop them. And they have done a little bit over here, but not a lot because now they can't get to it because I changed the pathing. So that's okay. I would kind of like them to focus on this, and we're limited by planks, which is limited by trees. Speaking of trees, over here we are up to the high 80%, which is really nice. We are out of water over here by the looks of things. Yep, how are we doing for water over here? We are also out of water, so now we start this pump up. This is the emergency water pump, and hopefully that'll just do a little bit to keep water topped up. It looks like we could maybe do with making that deeper. When we get to sort of 30-day droughts, that will become an issue. So let's start planning for making this as deep as we can. It's not optimal because when it goes lower, it hydrates stuff less, but it will at least hydrate some of this area. Look at all those thirsty beavers. Let's pump as much of this out as we can. Some of this might get flooded and die. This was just an experiment. As I said, I'm not worried if we don't get all of the crops off of here. I was a bit late with the idea. So yeah, well, next drought, we will come through and do this more thoroughly. Right. You can go. We probably need a spur of path up here, and we can continue. Yep, that should be okay. Continue. Let me select it to deepen our new reservoir, and that's going to help with this issue that we have that beavers don't have water. No, but drought is over, so that floodgate's open, that one's closed, so very soon we should be pumping lots of water. That's open, so that's good. Over here, our two big water pumps are ready, so we just need the water to flow. And linked to that, we should be starting to have some of these trees coming up 93%. Yeah, very close to being ready. So, awesome. This is really going to help us out. So the other thing that's really going to help is, one, getting this finished. But to get this finished, we need to be making planks, which we are not at the moment. So I think it would be sensible, and we can do it because we haven't really got anything concrete sorted over here. We're going to put in a universal power shaft, one of them, a universal power shaft, and then on the top we will put that and that, and I am going to put in a lumber mill over here so that we can start making our own planks, because this district really does need planks. More than that, it really does need water. So hopefully the water pumping situation that we sorted will address that with these two big water pumps. That's the equivalent of 10 normal water pumps, and then over here we have the equivalent of 25 normal water pumps with all of these running. So, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to let them run. These guys are trying to harvest the stuff that's drowning, but it looks like most of it's going to get wiped out by the water coming in. This is filling up quite nicely, which is brilliant. actually, we want to now make sure that these close so that it actually holds in water, because that's kind of the key point of a dam. You can ignore these. These are a graphical glitch with how the game models water. And I'm going to credit JC the Beard for this one, because I didn't really know too much about how the game models water, but he explained it in that the water is just a flat sheet under the map, and then in the individual cells where water needs to exist, it moves up one. And so what you get is, in places like this where water exists here because this is a platform, and not here and here, but here you get this kind of weird effect. So yeah, is what it is. We do not need to worry about it at all. So yeah, these farmers are done. So we can pause that. If we're going to get another drought, we will be making use of that again. Did these die? They did. That's a bit annoying because we removed our forester. So we're going to have to put you back. I'm going to put the forester up here. Let me select it. Thank you. And because you're not doing anything at the moment, we will put in a staircase, a ladder there, and then they can replant those. And maybe we can plant some trees up here. So, yeah. Good, we've got you set to behave. So yeah. Okay. But did that actually help the food situation over here? A little bit, but not a lot. I think we're actually producing more of our food over here. Yep, we have loads of food over here. And what we should probably do is make sure that we are importing all of the food so that it, I know we're not producing all of the food, but so that it all evens out between the two districts. We'll just, so we don't need to import blueberries. Yeah, we'll just set that like that. And, that'll even itself out quite nicely. We should pause this. So this one is going to be our contamination detector. So contamination below, just normal approach, contamination below 1% set to 0, contamination above 2% set to 1, and over here, attached to stream. This is why we do 2, because we need to control it from inside and out. The low threshold is going to be 0.9, and it will go to 0. No, the low threshold is going to be 0.6, go to 0. The high threshold is going to be 0.9, and it will go to 1. So I hit play now. This should flood. And at that point, we can probably start getting some work going on over here. We will tidy up the path a little bit. We'll do it across there. And I'm going to rotate that actually so it's on that bit of path. I'm not too worried about planting all of this with wood because I think some of it is going to be farmland. We have another drought approaching, so we will be able to try our trick, and I'm going to call it a trick of let's link this up all the way around. So I always pick the ladder, not the path. There we go. Let's make that straight. Tidy up all these scraggly bits. No, don't delete the contamination barriers. There we go. And then yeah, we'll plant about half with trees. I'm not going to plant all oak trees. We need oak trees for wood, but we probably need, actually we've got a nice stand of pine and chestnuts. We could do with some maple trees. So we'll do a little stand of maple trees just there. So we'll fill in that corner with oaks. Where it swaps, let's just be careful with our cutting region, so it's there. So the way that I work this out is I put my finger on the screen. I know it's very scientific. You are welcome to copy my super scientific approach. And actually, let's go all the way along this side for planting the trees. We will not plant you there. There we go. So mark all of that for cutting. The lumberjacks I'm going to put on platforms. There, probably. Let's do, hopefully 2 is enough. Yeah, we'll do that. And then this side, oh cool, we've got almost all of that enclosed. This side we will do food. We will do an efficient farmhouse. Good, we can delete you now. And over here, because we are, actually let's just pause. Where can we detonate? We probably want actually to prioritize over here. Let's do that. Did I do, I think I did super high. I want to do medium high, because over here we are going to super high prioritize our second farmhouse. So do that, and we will do food, efficient farmhouse. Actually, I'm going to, because it's easier and I'm feeling a bit lazy, prioritize the platforms and then put the farmhouse on top, and then prioritize that and go. Right, water wise, these guys have filled up 4,000 so far with a day and a bit to go. Over here we have filled up 1,500, so we are working on filling our second tank. Oh, they didn't get those built. Priority high. Can they reach that? No. So we're going to have to delete that and then high prioritize those, and then we can rebuild the lumber mill. Right. Oh well. And going into another drought, we're going to be struggling for power. I did pause the treated planks because we've got quite a lot of those. So, oh, there we go. Trees are up. So, yeah. Now, maybe one lumberjack is kind of stretching it, but I guess what I could do is tell them to not plant you, and we'll put another lumberjack there once you've cut those down. But that is going to help. They are working on filling the second big barrel there, and over here we are up to, we've almost filled the other one of those. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. Oh, cool. They've got that built. So good. Got these built. So yeah, we will repeat the process of trying to grow a bunch of crops in here. There's a question about, I don't think I need to pump out of here now because we've got this. So, which is, you know, it's a little bit deeper. It's not a lot deeper, but I mean, probably what would be sensible if we're prioritizing that as well is to prioritize there. And then we can detonate this. And if it's linked, then they should all work. So I guess the other thing to do is maybe prioritize something like that. That one actually working? I'm not sure if it is or not. But we need to, that one is high prioritized. That might not have actually been pumping because it got dynamite sat under it. So, but by doing this, I can hopefully take advantage of the fact that I've made this deeper by linking them all up. So there's the drought. Everything is, so that's shut there, shut. So again, that's just a visual glitch. They've switched off. That's open. So what we need to do actually is have this to disable during a drought. Go up to 1, and then in basic, when a drought starts, go to 1. So we might need a water dump in here, but this is a big area to fill with a water dump. So we might end up losing some of these trees that we're planting. I'm not overly stressed about that at the moment. We are going to... How are we looking for food in general? So we could do with more carrots, more chestnuts, really. Yes, it's already dried out. So I'm going to plant... Wow. Maybe not. We'll plant some carrots in the bits near the thing. Now, there we go. But over here, because we have a 26-day drought. Jeez. Oh, should we do some maths? Who wants to do maths? We have calculator 143 beavers times 2.5. 357 water a day times 26.3 is 9,402. We do not have enough water, but we do have this. Right. I'm going to unpause this because I'm not worried about pumping this dry. Apart from the fact that we are nearly full. So, yeah, but we can let them just pump that out. Let's have a look at how we've done with our explosives. I think I'll probably just let them place some more of those for now. And we'll dynamite it as needed. But what we need to do over here with our 26-day drought is repeat the planting process. So we're going to plant potatoes in this area. So something like that. We're going to plant sunflowers in this area. And we will plant carrots in this area. And maybe across there. And unpause you. And that will be quite a lot of food. So I'm not going to pump the water out of here. We'll use it to keep the food dry. Ideally, I don't want to pump water out of here, but I am not at all worried about pumping out of here. So let's just have a peek. We still need them to place those. So let's high prioritize that little block there. We will detonate these, so that's better. Yeah. Oh. Rocky times ahead again. Oh, they got all of that built. For some reason that didn't ever fill up, or it did and it didn't close. Do we not have that set to? No. Advanced, disable during drought and bad tide, basic, bang, bang. That was a bit silly, but oh well. We'll put in another staircase there, and we'll fill that with explosives again, and might help. And we also want to start the process of, we'll continue the process of deepening this to as deep as it can go. So let's put those in. Let's have a look over here. We can now detonate all of that. What that does is link up these so that we can pump it. And a little bit of maths earlier tells me that we need more water storage. Where are we going to put more water storage? We could actually build out over the reservoir we've just built is an option. But I I want to make the reservoir as deep as we can. So maybe we won't do that. I'm not sure how well this is going to work with what we did on here initially. It was a bit dumb. I don't want this to be as big as this. I want this to be... It's going to need to be a bit bigger because it's not hydrating all the way out, but we will play those games when we get there. So they've put that in, which is cool. We got our centrifuge yet. We have... Doesn't have power because we are short of power. So probably let's parts and structures, we will do that. We will do that, and we will put in another large windmill. And then down, where are we going to build it? I want to build some... I'm going to fly. We've got a lot of science now. We go for the large flywheel. This is 4 horsepower. This is 1 horsepower and holds an insane... Wow, that's big. That would take us a very long time to build. But long term, oh, that looks awesome. Instead, we could build a medium one. Could we tack it on? We could tack it straight on the side there. They hold 15,000. So, and the nice thing is that water can flow through these, so we don't have to worry about changing the behavior of the water. So, because they're an open construction, so it's not massively unrealistic that the water would flow through them, and that will help us out. The other thing that I think, so I was talking about storage for water, we could easily put another water barrel there. So we will do that. We need some storage for extract somewhere. And we can then start making bigger dynamite. So... I guess if I was being sensible, I would extend this again. Actually, if I was being really sensible, what I would do is put a ladder. No, not like that. I would put a ladder there and there. I would high prioritize building the bottom ladder. And I would start to go vertical with my build. So what we do, and then we can put a storage. Realistically, we're eventually going to need a lot of extract, so we may as well do that. What I'm going to do is storage, pit tank, there and there, and we will do extract, and we will do extract, and then we will allow the transportation of... I always find it hard that extract. There we go, and we will allow the import of extract. And what that's going to let us do, make bigger explosions. So over here we are still going. We are waiting for them to build the explosives there and there. So, wow, that's a lot of crops that those guys have planted. I'm not actually going to pause them. I'm just going to let them, as soon as they can, harvest. I am going to I'm going to clear off the planting so that once they harvest them, they don't try and replant. We could actually, but I think once we've done a cycle of that, we'll then pump water out of here. And maybe we could pump the water out of there as well. And over here, we could pump the water out of here. It's actually not a bad idea. And this guy is just going like a champ. So we've still got 8,000 water. Who remembers the maths? So if we go again, we will go 141 times 2.5. 352 times 22. We have enough water now, so that's cool. Have we got space to ramp up the pumping? Not particularly, so, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. What I'm going to do, actually, there's space there to put a large water tank, so we will put another one there. They can be paused, so we'll do that. And I meant to plant, I did it again. I keep planting sunflowers instead of carrots. I'm going to set those to not be replanted. I keep doing that. It's very annoying, but oh well. Yeah. They will get that built eventually. We will make use of the extract eventually. We are making planks over here now, which is cool. These trees are being cut, but quite slowly. So I'm going to make sure that that's a priority job. And it's so annoying that he's not cutting down that tree. But, you know, what can you do? Hey. I wonder if I put one there. You can reach a bunch of that, can't you? Let's do that. So we will high prioritize that. Are we really... We're 9 beavers. What? We could probably do with more housing over here. The easy way to do that is to keep going vertically. So let's do housing. Now, I'm going to pause that actually. I'm going to accept that we are slightly short of beavers because I'm worried about our water supply at the moment. So, yeah. But wood should be getting better now. Good. Being the operative word. This has not worked. This has not worked. Yeah. Now we've got extract, actually, we can start to get into extracting dirt. And a bit of me thinks that we stick it in the middle here. We don't have power, but we can make power. So now I've got let's look. Landscaping. I just need to remind myself about these buildings. Yeah, so what we can do is that or that. We do that. That works. And it will just bury itself into there, making that deeper. And then we need to put power in. And I'm going to place some stairs there. Where? Just there. Oh, it's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. And we're going to do that. And then we are going to put... Could we just build them in water? I did that. That would be okay. It'd look a bit janky though. So we're going to do that instead. Because this needs 200 horsepower. And these can generate 300. So that would give us the potential to have 600 horsepower. We'll try and stage the priority of stuff so that they build out first. Yep. What we've we've got our first one of those built. It's got no power in it, but that should help once it starts to spin up. It's very cool. Do not have any excess power. No, we don't. We need more wind, and we need more windmills. So we can get to that. We can get to that. And yeah, once we get dirt going, we can then start thinking about, one, I want to fill this in and have it deeper but not wider, because that makes no sense. And out they are clearing these now. Brilliant. So kind of a nice food boost, hopefully, is what I'm thinking from that. Getting all of that built. I'm not sure how much deeper we go, because we might start to get into using extract and explosives. Yeah. I've got another idea. This little corner here, to me, screams mini reservoir. Now, if we levy across there, place these with levees, then that'd be a little reservoir, and we could just blast it down. And yeah, it just screams mini reservoir to me. So I'm going to actually put that in. Now we're starting to get into, again, changing the flow of things, because it means probably no good water coming down this side with how we've got things set up at the moment. Apart from the fact that it can flow around here and back that way eventually. And yeah, so replacing that is not a trivial thing, because it's going to disconnect a bunch of stuff that we're working on. But and we then also want to dynamite this out, but we need to have it protected from bad water. So there is no guarantee that we won't have a bad tide rolling in next. So I could look down here and see how deep this goes. So, so one. Water. I reckon we could at least do double dynamite. We'll just let them place all of this first, and then we'll worry about it. Down here, though, we let's get one going on that. So it feels to me like we need more bad water storage. And as we make the dynamite over here, we should probably put that over here. And what we can do, I think, is that's probably a dumb idea. The haulers will pick it up. Is there bad water in there? No, but we will signal the haulers to come pick that up. I'm going to put a big bad water tank here. So, like that. So that we can store a bit more. Yeah. And ideally, what we would be getting into is like the bad water rig, but at the moment, I don't think we're there for producing something like that. Easy for me to say. I'm going to deprioritize that a little bit. It's not something that's super urgent. If they're going to build that with priority, they need that prioritized. Oh, these are spinning now. Those are very cool, I think. I actually think that might make part of a nice thumbnail. So, yep. They're basically, they'll gain a bit of power at night as long as it's windy, which is kind of what we want. to power our industry during the day. So yeah, we are very low. In fact, we are out of bad. No, we've got a little bit of bad water left, so they can continue to make some explosives. These guys are clearing this with abandon. Is that the right phrase? I don't know. But hey, we're getting a lot more food, and that's what's important. So, you know, that is what I care about. So we can, I'm going to unlock, I've got so much time, so I'm going to unlock triple dynamite and do a test hole just there to see how much deeper we can go. Because even if we go deeper than we can pump, it's not bad. So, in preparation for water in 15 days. You can be paused now. I've just realized that we have emptied that. A little bit scary. We'll do single again on here. Get this all down to A level. Makes sense. Those things are going to get messy. Potatoes all harvested and processed and grilled by the looks of it. Wow. Or if they come over here. No. But we are in an okay place for food. They've got plenty of water as well. Right, so detonate. How far down did that go? So if we do a double platform. Yeah, double. So we can unlock double dynamite. And, yep. Fill all of this with double dynamite. Obviously, we kind of need to wait for the drought to end so that we've got bad tide to make double dynamite with, but you know, and actually what that means is, do I want to do that? No, I'm going to keep placing singles on this level. I did think I could maybe be sneaky and put triple in, but that might cause complications with getting to everything. So let's just keep going as we are. And getting that done. And we'll get that as deep as it can go. Which will be cool. And getting all of that done. So that worked really well. I like that. I like that a lot. Right, over here we are progressing this stuff. So I'll give them a bit of path to get a little bit closer. But yeah, so I want to build the big windmill first. I'm going to pause those because otherwise they'll get them built really quick and that will be really annoying. And then realistically, he says as he relies on the fact that these flywheels don't actually take up water, we'd probably do that. And I'm hoping that they can build that from the edge. That will store all of our power that we generate. Particularly useful as we will fill it up before we get to having the thingy built. You know, the thingy. Yeah, the thingy. This. The excavator. Are we full on sunflower storage? Yes, we don't have any sunflower storage. That would be why we are full on it. So let's build a medium warehouse there. And do sunflowers. And then over here we can do a long tiny warehouse for sunflowers, and we will set that to obtain. Excellent. And can they get... Yeah, they can get to those. They just don't get the required materials. So wood, we can now put in this lumberjack that we were planning to have. I'm going to pause you because you're full. You're probably full as well. Yep. We do have haulers. Yes, we don't have... No, because we deleted all the log storage, didn't we? So we don't have a lot of logs. So... I'm going to do is delete one of you, and we'll put in... No, I'm going to terraform that, aren't I? You don't need to be sat there on your backsides. Right there in. Prioritize building that. Right, over here we are just continuing to lay in lots of explosives. So there we go. Just get that one, and then we can do that corner. That's going to help quite a lot. The farm is almost cleared and is starting to dry out, so that's a thing. This has dried out. Not a lot we can do about that. We've got dandelions, so we're okay, and blueberries, so we're okay. Really, we are okay. Yeah. Right over here. Detonate. Can we go any deeper? So how much deeper is that hole? Is 2. So actually I probably didn't need to build that hole particularly, because we're just going to fill that with double dynamite now, so we can save some resources. We didn't have double dynamite when we started this process, so we do now. Yeah, blasting all of that out to double dynamite depth will be kind of useful. I'm super pleased with how this worked this time. So I don't think... Let's just... We've got 5,000 water. I'm going to do the calculation again. You will get used to this if you are new to the channel. When we're in this kind of situation, I get a little bit nervous. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of water. We've got about 1,000 spare water. So nice. We should not get in the situation where beavers are desperately pumping water to stay from being completely dehydrated. So that's all going in. I'll call they're building the start of the reservoir. We're going to put in one more of these medium vertical frame flywheels to power our, and we should probably, I'm going to actually prioritize those over the extraction. We need to unpause the treated planks now, and we need to make sure that we bring back any that they aren't using, which we are, so, or we will. There's 100 treated planks over here. I didn't set that. Treated planks. We will force treated planks. Obviously, we don't have storage for treated planks over here, so that will bring those back. And I think it was 100 that we needed. Yes, so we've got everything except the metal blocks at the moment, so that's cool. These metal blocks again are going to be the issue, but that's kind of okay. It's funny, you planted one thing of sunflowers. Why aren't you harvesting the ones over there, hey? Hey? Are they not good enough for you? I guess it's because we need some storage for you to eat them. So, right. Oh, way over here. we can get too close to here. Yeah, I'm going to terraform a little bit around here. So for now, I'm going to leave that. We can delete you. But we'll use terraforming to go across here. Why aren't you harvesting those sunflowers that are 100% grown? Oh, it's because you've not got space. Yeah, you've not got space for them. Let's prioritize building this storage because it's only logs, so which we seem to have a plentiful supply of now. And then you can harvest those few sunflowers. Right. Time is it? That's real world time, not game time. Right, you're done. You're nearly done. So, yeah, I'm not actually going to bother pumping this out. We are okay for water, so pause that farmhouse now. And yeah, what I think I'll do is once this is cleared out, we might platform over the top of it so that I can probably, yeah, we're out of bad water, so not going to be placing the explosives, but we do have the ability to do other things. So we should get paper production and gear production going again. And I think the next thing that we can think about doing is making our way to this island. Because we'll use wood to get there. So, and then unfortunately, ideally, I want to remove this mound, and we'll do a similar thing with this island. So we really need a lot more bad water. So did we get our new bad water tank built? We did not yet. We're waiting on metal blocks. That's okay. Scrap metal's okay. So yeah, we should get that built. Wondering if we should put in another bad water pump over here. Actually put another 2 bad water pumps here, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Up our bad water pumping capacity, and maybe we put in here a other large bad water tank. There we go. Right. I am going to pause that because they are cleared all that out now. I think I am going to call it a day. Let me just check how long I've been rabbiting away to you guys. Just over an hour. So, yep. I'm super pleased with how this little experiment worked out. We've it's funny that the sunflowers just get eaten so fast, but we've bumped up some of our other food, which is good. This is good work in progress. Obviously it didn't last, but this was a long old drought. This was one of the longer droughts we could have, so that's okay. We are progressing, building our dirt excavator, and now builders place terrain, so we don't need any special buildings for that. These going to last? They are. That's okay. We'll just let those go dry. What I'm hoping is that we can get this built, be in a much better place. So I wonder if I think it's time for a second smelter, which we will tuck just there, and then these little bits we will put in some storages. So we'll put a small pile there. And we'll put a small tank there. We may as well put a long pile there. That can be for metal beams. That can be for logs. That can be for planks. That's going to be supply. It's going to be obtain. That's going to be supply. This can be for extract to supply. And if we fill in this area, we can put a bit more there. Unpause building the house now. I think this has really helped our current need for wood. This will help more once it's done. I'm going to prioritize building this. Yeah, we should have all the materials. And but we only have the one gear workshop still. We have 2 gear workshops. That's okay. So our power grid is just fine. Love these flywheels. They make it so much easier to store power. And that feels, I guess it sits just above the height of the windmill. Oh, yeah. And that's kind of why I'm prioritizing these, because then we'll have power pre-stored ready for the dirt excavator. They're building our large extract tank. We've got 3 water tanks set up over here now. That is in. So do we? I'm just thinking that actually, yeah, there's not a lot. Pause. Apart from building this, we could now stand to replace this. And what I'm thinking is we keep some of this. So we delete that. We do levies to there. Path there. We do levies there. Then we put in floodgates. And then we can put a staircase here. We want to high prioritize building those 3 levies so that they can get back over. And then once we are out of the drought, we can blast all of this down. And it's not a big reservoir, but it's a little bit. It's a little bit. So, and it'll make up in depth what it lacks in, yeah, other stuff. Right, that is all cleared off. We've actually got 5 days left, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to pump the water out of there now. Are you actually set up? You are not. We do have a stream gauge, so I'm not sure I actually want to dump a load of water in there at the moment with how things are. So yeah, how are we for population? We've got a couple of, so population is okay now. We've got that built. It's good. Over here, population is okay. We've got 2,000 food over here. We've got 1,600 food over here. And we've got water in both to decent amounts with 5 days left. Yep. And my plan is to, in fact, we will unlock terraforming. so that as soon as we get dirt, we'll start making use of it. Going to start to close this up a little bit, so it's, and we'll make it deeper as well. Yeah. So, second smelter is online. Awesome. That's going to speed up. Got a lot of building that's waiting on metal blocks, so yeah. We can speed that up. It will be good. I'm hoping this doesn't act as flooded when it's under the water like this. If it is, we'll have to lift it up one. Yeah. Anyway, I was finishing, so thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video. As I said, I'm very ahead on recording at the moment. That's probably going to change through next week. If you did enjoy the video, click the like button. Comments, questions and suggestions below. I will get to them, even though I am about a week ahead, as I said. And yeah, I will see you next time.